Hello everyone. Myself is Dr. Sharanjit Kaur from Department of Computer Science, Acharya Nandadev College. The objective of this tutorial is to make you introduced to basic functionality of Pandas objects. Pandas library. This library is made on the top of the NumPy library. NumPy library which is used for handling very high dimensional arrays, and generally this is for numerical computation. Panda library was built to improve the data analysis so that loading, manipulation, preparation or modeling of such data could be handled very easily and very efficiently. In addition to handle homogeneous numerical data, Panda library provide facility for handling data structures which can handle heterogeneous data type. Heterogeneous data type means when the data can be numeric, string, character, that is mixing of data can be there. So two main objects which are available in Pandas library, these are data frames and series. Both of these data types can handle heterogeneous data types, can have missing data and provide the accessing of data through the labeled data. That means data has name. And these data series and data frame, these are built on top of NumPy arrays, which are usually homogeneous data types. Before starting working with Pandas functionality, first of all, let us know how to install Pandas. So whenever you have to install Pandas, first of all, you should know whether Python is installed on your system or not. For that purpose, you can use command python version. This will tell you the version of the Python which is installed on your system. Otherwise, you will get message no Python is installed. Once version is confirmed, then you can use pip command to install pandas on your system. So the basic and the simplest way for installing pandas on your system is using pip command, where pip means package management system. This system is used to install libraries, packages which are written in Python. Before working with pandas functionality, we need to import pandas library with Python program. This can be done in two ways. The first way is by writing statement import panda as PD. In this case here, whenever you have to create any object from the pandas library and use its functionality, you have to write PD and that object name or the function name through which you want to work with the pandas functionality. In this case here, you will have to prefix your object, your function with the PD that allows for the pandas. The second way is by importing series and data frame objects and their functionality in the local namespace of your program. So in that case, every time when you want to work with these objects, you need not to prefix your series of frame with the name of the library, that is PD. So now let us take example on series. What is a data series? How it is different from NumPy array? Series is nothing but it is a one-dimensional array like object having sequence of values. Conceptually, it is just like your NumPy array, but now series elements can be of heterogeneous type, and instead of having default index value from 0 to n minus 1, labeled indexes could be assigned to the elements, to the values of the series. For example, We want to create a variable named object having 4 elements and these element of numeric type, and we want to generate a series for that. So in that case we will have to use pt.series. Now when you will run this command, a series will be generated with default index value from 0 to 3 because number of elements are 4, so default index value start from 0. Now if I just want to see the values of the element, I will just write here object.values. If I have to know the index values, so I will use their object.index. So because in this case these indexes are the numeric indexes starting from the default value 0 till 3. So you will get that in this case here this range start from 0 ends just before 4, that is 3, increments in step of 1. So in this case index range will be shown to you. Let us now create a data series with explicit index labels. Means instead of having default index label value from 0 to n minus 1, now we want to create a series with user specified index labels. In this case, again the series has 4 elements, but now we can explicitly specify indexes label by using these index argument. So this indicates that now indexes of this data series object 1 will be A, B, C, D. So if I will write or try to print the value of object 1, so it will give me a series having element 14, 17, 15, 13, but with user specified label A, B, C, D. So that means now we have replaced the default indices by the user specified indices. So now if you will print object 1 dot values, you will get 14, 7, 15, 13. And if you print object 1 dot index, you will get there the user specified index using which you have created your data series. And if I want to access the value at index B, I will just have to write object 1 B. So it will give you 17 because it is 17 is there at index B. And if you want to return, if you want to use default indexes, even then you can use it. You can use these default indexes from 0 to 3. So it will also return you 14. Object 1, that is this 14 you will get here. Let us now discuss about data frame. Data frames are just like your Tableau data structures in which we have elements as well as their name. So it is a rectangular data structure having ordered collection of columns where each column can be of different types. Just like data series, it will have indexes, but now because data frame is made up of many columns, so it will have column indexes as well as the row indexes. So data frame can be thought of a dictionary of series where all series have same type of index values. Commonly used data frames are two-dimensional data frames, but they may be of higher dimension. And each column in a data frame represents information about a particular feature, and each feature can be of different type. Data frame size can be changed. I can remove row from a data frame. I can add a new column in the data frame. So the size of data frame is mutable and axes are labeled. So we have two axes are there, row wise and column wise. Row wise is your index 0 and your column wise means 1. So basically the content of the data frame, they are accessed row wise. We can perform arithmetic operations on the rows as well as on the columns of the data frames. So let us take one example here of the data frame. Now this example shows you a data frame having 3 columns: registration number, name, marks, and there are 5 rows, and the index of these 5 rows are A, B, C, D. The number of columns in this data frame is 3 and the number of rows in this data frame are 5. So whenever you create your data frame, so while creating data frame, you can specify different arguments, and usually we work with commonly used 2 arguments with the data frame, that is data, column name. These are the 2 commonly used arguments which we may set at the time of creating the data frame, and the rest you will learn as you will start working on the data frames. Once you have created your data series, you can also create your data frame using these data series. So let us consider that we have 2 data series, object 1, object 2, having 4 elements, and the indexes of each data series are same, A, B, C, D. So when you have to create your data frame, you will write pd.data frame, and then you have to give the name of your column along with the data series through which contents will be taken. So ID, this is the name of the column. It indicates that the name of the column is ID, whose contents are obj1, and the indexes of the row will be ABCD. This indicates the name of the second column is name, content will be as that of the data series object 2, and indexes are same. Remember here that if data series indexes will not be same, in that case here in the rows where the corresponding index label element is not there in one series, then that will be taken as a null value, and then you can print the content of data frame. So you will get a data frame of the tabular form. These are the row indexes and these are the column. So here you can think of that these are made up of 2 data series. First is A14, B70. Another is AAA, BBB, C XXX. So this data frame is nothing but it is made up of 2 data series. But remember, in this case, for the simplicity, we have given indexes having the same label in both the data series, but these can be different. So when you will create data frame with data series having different indexes, in that case here, the maximum number of indexes will be, that is the union of indexes of both the data series, and the elements will be replaced by the null value. So let us now learn how to access the elements of the data frame. Let us again consider same data frame which we have created earlier, having 2 columns ID and name with 4 rows, and rows are labeled. First we will learn how to access the row content, and then we will learn how to access the column content. The simplest way of accessing the rows content is by using the default index value for the rows. So in this case, if you will write here this df colon 2, this means that you want to access. Here we are using slicing operator. This means starting from 0 till index value less than 2, that is 1. So 0 and 1 rows values will be displayed. Now it is not necessary that you have to always use content from the first row. You can use the content from in between rows. So for that you have to specify the appropriate indexes using slice operator. So in this case, one column 3 means you want to access row with index default index 1 and default index 2. So in this case, you will get here PC. Suppose I want to access the name value, name column of the data frame. So in that case, I will have to just simply write df name. And if you want to access many columns data, in that case here, you have to work with dictionary style notation. In this case, you will write all the column names which you want to access from your data frame in curly braces separated by comma. So you will get the entire data frame, because in this case both my data frame has only these two columns. This is all about the basic introduction to two main data objects available in Pandas library: data series and data frame. Thank you.